Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm here to remind y'all from now. Listen, we have two things coming up. Regarding the membership. We have a contract that is due next year, May. We have a Tier 6 fight that's allegedly underway right now. Now, I want to touch on those two things real briefly. The contract is up next year, right? We must start having these conversations now regarding what we want in the contract, right? So if you're not going to union meetings or haven't been going to union meetings, you should start going to union meetings now, right? Up until the contract is up, right? Which is next year. We must start holding our union reps accountable from now. Now, historically, the union, they've been getting it wrong. The union administration, they've been getting it wrong. They think that our contract fight should start a few months, 90 days before the expiration of the contract. That's not how you should start bargaining for a good contract in a labor union. The fight for the next contract actually starts the day after the new contract is signed. That's when the actual fight happens. For some reason, in this labor union in Local 100, they want to start fighting at the 9th inning. They want to start fighting at the 9th inning and want to hold contract fights, want to do this, want to do that. That is not how we should be doing business right now. As we have seen, it doesn't work out good for us, right? My motto is, if you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. So this is the opportunity for us to get ready, right? So to stay ready, to get ready so we can stay ready, right? So there's things that we want in our contract. Of course, we want higher wages. Of course, we want better health benefits. Of course, we want better work rules. We want things that's associated with the company, like Easy Pass. We want things like that. Like, for an example, Long Island Railroad, the workers in Long Island Railroad, they get a spousal pass. Not even a spousal pass, a significant other pass. That's what I call it. So you could have like a girlfriend or something like that, and they get a pass. Oh, what they call that? Common law, whatever it may be. They get a pass, right? We don't have nothing for our children. We don't have nothing for our spouses, anything. We don't have anything. We don't even have Easy Pass, and we should have Easy Pass. And just to put this in further perspective, you have NYPD officers. A lot of people don't know. Every NYPD officer, whether they work in subways or whether they topside, they get a Metro card, right? Another thing people don't know, certain units of NYPD, as a perk, listen to me, as a perk, they get an Easy Pass to draw people to certain departments, to work in certain departments, even though they may not never use it, right? It's a perk that they get. Meanwhile, transit workers who work for the company, we don't even get that perk. You know, we don't get anything regarding that, and we should, because the truth is that a lot of transit workers can't afford to live in the city in which we work. So they should give us Easy Passes. Or if they don't give us a Easy Pass, they should give us some type of voucher or something at the end of the year for people who do travel in and out of state. But I do believe that everyone should have Easy Pass. We should have it. It's not a loss for the company. In fact, when let me tell y'all something funny. I think like 2 contracts ago, they bamboozled us about picking between the Long Island Railroad Pass and the Metro North Pass. And they tried to say that it was a certain cost associated with that. And then after we signed the contract, they voided that cost because it said that it didn't really cost the company anything. So the union administration actually bargained away something that the union administration actually bargained away something that we shouldn't have bargained away, because it didn't cost the company anything. And the union administration, this current union administration, tried to cover it up and act like that didn't happen, but it did happen. So we should get free easy passes at the least. But once again, our contract is up in about a year. This is the time for us to start going to union meetings, start putting our demands in our union reps' head so they could start getting on the ball. Now, it's not the formal thing starts I think like 90 days before the contract is up, but we could start doing things informally. We could start holding them accountable, letting them know what we want so we could get the best contract that we ever had. Two, as you can see, the union has started pushing this new Tier 6 fight. Now, let me put things into perspective for you guys. Cuomo vetoed our Tier 6 reform back in 2019. He also said that he was going to address it the next year, in which he didn't. And coincidentally, for the past 3 or 4 years, the union did not address fixing Tier 6, nothing about Tier 6. It seemed as if they were defeated and all this other stuff. So now there's some funny things going on in politics right now. You have Hochul. She wants to get officially elected as governor. And then you have Cuomo making some type of political comeback. Who knows, would he run for governor again or whatever the case is? Now, personally, I would not support Cuomo because he vetoed Tier 6 and he didn't keep his word in trying to rectify it. And in my eyes, he don't care about transit workers. So I wouldn't suggest that we vote for Cuomo, right? But Hochul, now Hochul, what people fail to understand is that Hochul ran with Cuomo. Right now, she does seem a little bit different as far as how she governed versus how Cuomo governed. But I think that this is the best time for us to attack, to get her to fix Tier 6, to do some type of reform for Tier 6, because she need votes. And if Cuomo runs again, I'm going to be honest, I don't think that she's going to beat Cuomo. But we have an opportunity to strike to fix Tier 6. Now we have to be careful, because what the union is going to say, if they can't get some type of Tier 6 reform this year, they go back to Tier 4 and they go say, well, it took Tier 4 20-something years before we got any type of change on it, right? We don't have that amount of time to fix Tier 6, right? We do not have that amount of time to fix Tier 6 because things are getting more and more tough for workers in America, period. So we don't have, we are not afforded the same amount of time. And we don't want that to be a consolation prize. We don't want them to say, well, we tried, but you got to keep in mind that it took 20-something years to fix Tier 4. Nah, we don't want that. We want them to fix Tier 6. This is the opportunity for them to fix it. This is the time for them to strike. And I don't mean strike as far as labor strike, but actually strike while the iron is hot. Hochul is in a very precarious position right now. Politically, we don't know what Cuomo is doing. And who knows, if Cuomo starts saying he will reform Tier 6 as a promise, and depending on what he's talking, you never know. Transit workers may sway his way. They may sway his way. But Cuomo, Hochul came from Cuomo. Got to keep that in mind. Stop saying that she wasn't elected. You must know how politics work. The lieutenant governor, if something happened to the main governor, the lieutenant governor takes over. So when you vote for governor, you must look at the lieutenant governor. The same thing like deputy mayor. If something happens to Eric Adams, the deputy mayor comes into play and he takes over the city. So you must be careful on who you vote for. You must look at the first person, the main person, and you must look at the person that's directly behind them, because you never know what can happen for them to be governing us, right? So once again, 2 things coming up. We have a contract fight coming up within a year. We must start now. We must start going to our union meetings. If you don't go to union meetings, these next 12 months is very pertinent that you start going to union meetings and getting involved. Step 2, this is the union opportunity to really get some movement on tier 6, to strike while the iron is hot for tier 6. Once again, Hochul is in a very vulnerable position. It's something strange going on with the Democrats. I believe that Cuomo may attempt to run to win his position back. And I think that he has a real opportunity to do so. So with that being known, Hochul need every single vote that she could get. She got to show that she's for the people, that she's for the workers. And the only way for her to do that right now is for her to fix tier 6. That's the only way for her to do that, because our contract is done after the election. So the only thing that she could do to prove that she's for trans workers, we don't care about her coming to our cultural events. We don't care about her taking pictures with our union leaders. She must do something that's tangible. And something that's tangible would be to fix tier 6. And then the second thing, in good faith, to show that she's tangible, is to give transit workers finally the contract that we deserve. See how those two things are aligned with each other? Contract due, and holding Hochul accountable for tier 6, for her to show us good faith and then give us a great contract. But power concedes nothing without a demand. So if we don't demand a good contract, if we don't put the fight in for a good contract, guess what? We're not going to get a good contract. So get involved. Share out this video. Follow me on all my social media platforms. And let's get to it, people. Peace.